yo, let's go, let's go.
São Paris, São Paulo, França, Brasil. Aí, Emicida PP, Laboratório Fantasma. É nóis.
Trampando, a contragosto, feliz ou oposto. Aposto que sei da dureza, que é a tristeza deformou.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Let's talk about Klay Thompson. One of the best wings in the NBA. Might be the most complete shooting guard in the league. Most complete? What do you think?
I would have to say most complete. And, you know, what I really like about his game, especially playing next to Steph Curry, you know, when you play with a guy that has a little bit more, you tend to steal a little bit what they're doing. So, you know, his ball handling is definitely getting better. He can help with the playmaking duties. But what I love about this guy, he can score in a variety of ways.
His defense can be stifling at times, too. I mean,
he's a great two-way player.
He's a two-way player, but I don't know if I would give him the best.
What's up?
And a look at the dazzling arches of the Bay Bridge and beyond it, San Francisco. Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to battle.
Let's go.
So the Rockets win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out. He's on the floor. Taking a look at the Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Lawson in at the one spot. Curry against Lawson. Curry kicks to Bogut. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Bogut's got the opening field goal of the game for the Warriors.
And remember, you go back to when Steph Curry was in college, more of a shooting guard at Davidson, but he's worked relentlessly to not only improve his ball handling, but his vision. And now, all of a sudden, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers in the NBA. And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Ariza. This is to Modiunas. Feeds it to Harden. Over Barnes. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He said their scouting report is really all about how to handle Dwight Howard. Obviously a tremendously impactful player at both ends of the court. Coach said, offensively, we always need to know where he is. Defensively, it's always about doing your work early, trying to hold your ground and deny him prime position inside. Sounds like a good plan, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
And Curry, here we go. It's good from about 19 feet. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Harden against Barnes. Harden outside. The dish to Monty Eunice. Shot clock at 5. The second chance effort. And Howard with the nice bucket inside. Howard's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And again, Stephen Curry.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Houston in the lead. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. And Green gets it to go. Rockets have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. The feed to Howard. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Green against Harden. He kicks it to Howard. Houston moving it around. Ariza with the bucket.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Warriors trail by 4. Outside Curry. The Rockets pull it in.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
All right.
The 3 from Harden.
All right.
This is for the 5th time this game, marking it 1 for 6.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Green dishes to Bogut. Here's Thompson from out on the wing. He knocks it down. Thompson's got his first bucket in this one.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
A nice bounce back here for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Spates checked in for the Warriors.
Ah,
now, here is Watson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Low.
The Warriors trailing.
I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor. And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Now here's Barnes. Harden missing his last shot. Curry. Good. Curry's got 6 points.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
It's Harden with the drive. That one falls, coming off Watson's feet.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
11 feet away. The shot no good. Great D that time from Howard. To the inside. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
And here are the Warriors now, following the score by Houston. It's Curry with the drive. He used that pick to get in close. He's got 8.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now Lawson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Oh.
Harden outside. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so lots of scoring in that competitive. And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver.
We do have a team type of game. You know, everybody is scoring spread out.
Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs, and Ty Lawson was at the controls.
You know, but not enough firepower to be able to sustain with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need your superstars to win rings.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And looking at what we've seen from...
What's up, Klay Thompson? No. Tawad kayo. Sobrang takot.
Houston, what do you guys think?
You know what? They're dominating on the backboards. They have controlled the paint thus far.
Flexing their muscles down low, and they've limited second chances too, guys.
Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Spates in at the center position. That's the Warriors 5. Harden against Curry. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 7.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and three-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
They get it back.
Boom.
And it's sent back by Howard. Down low, here's Thompson. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Rockets shooting well, 50% from the floor. Here's Howard. No luck. And Golden State will come the other way. And for Coach Kevin McHale, last year was his best. A lot of people thought he could have been easily the coach of the year, leading the Rockets to their 3rd best regular season in franchise history.
And Kevin, with McHale, he's got this team improving every year. His team's win totals have risen as well statistically as I think becoming a better team. Wins aren't always necessarily what determines how good you are.
The Warriors have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. There's Green with the 3. Harden grabs the miss. The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Howard with a screen on Thompson. Harden kicks to Howard. It's stolen by Green. He dishes it to Curry. Out of hand on it. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Oh, and the dunk by Brewer.
That's some slick passing from Harden on that one.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida. Remember, won those 2 national championships, teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Curry. Jones sets the pick for Harden. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. It's hauled in by Bogut. Clark, Corey Brewer was the 7th pick in the 2007 draft. He's never really reached that star caliber so many had predicted.
Yeah, you know, his offense has held him back a bit. He's a bit erratic at that end of the floor. Not a great shooter. Slashes effectively well. He's most effective in transition.
Indeed. Harden the pass to Howard. To the paint, Jones. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Dwight Howard with some slick passing on that one.
Warriors trail by 5. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And it's sent back by Howell. And it's Brewer finishing it off.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Klay Thompson. And a switch here also for Houston. Capella's checked in. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Harden against Barbosa. Oh, Barbosa with the steal. And it's Bogut atop the key. Green with a screen for Iguodala. Drills the three-pointer. Iguodala's got his first 3 points of the game.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did. And had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Houston leading by 4.
Oh!
Outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Harden's got 7 now in this quarter.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
1:32 left in the first half. Livingston kicks to Green. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there. Going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
Barnes is checked in for Golden State. And then for Houston, Moniunas is checked in for Jones. Risa comes in for Brewer. And it's Lawson in for Patrick Beverly. To the wing right side. Here's Moniunas. And Barbosa pulls it down. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Livingston. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. So it'll be James Harden shooting. That's on Andrew Bogut. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Houston.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Andrew Bogut. Barbosa kicks to Green. Takes the 13-footer, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Houston leading by 5. Harden, and he jams it with authority.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
Here's Barbosa. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 26 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And that one's good.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Here's Lawson. It's deflected. Harden against Barbosa. Here is Livingston. Back to Barbosa. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. Now it's just a 3-point Houston lead.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Rockets lead by 3. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thank you. They know they've got their hands full, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half. Defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop it.
Now, come on, Greg. That's much easier said than done when he's the penetrator. I mean, his speed and agility make him extremely tough to cover.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Bodie Eunice and Howard the post pair, Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter, and it's Lawson in at the point guard position. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Harden kicks to Lawson. Pass to Howard. Clock at 6. Lawson dishes to Monty Eunice. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Rockets lead by 3.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And it's 7 points for Klay Thompson. The Rockets shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Harden gets to Ariza. Curry with the steal. Inside. And Klay Thompson again. Thompson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Last season for the Rockets, they finished as the number 2 team in the West to the Golden State Warriors. But, you know, gee, they had to battle the whole way through.
Yeah, in part because of injuries. I mean, the Rockets did well to come in second in the West, but it was because they took care of the so-called easy games. 33 wins in the conference, but a record of 12-16 against the other playoff teams out West.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Curry passes to Bogut. Kicks to Barnes. He feeds it to Curry. Shoots from the elbow. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Barnes. And it's sent back by Howard.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And it's slammed in by Ariza.
solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Curry's shot is good.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he has.
And Howard with the stuff.
And what a gutting play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40. Mostly because he only took threes, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting threes.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Draymond Green. And a switch here also for Houston. Brewers checked in. And there's the call on Howard. That's foul number 2 for him. The Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc. And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Pass to Motiejunas. Lawson against Thompson. Lawson dishes to Motiejunas. It's rebounded by Golden State. 1:57 left in the third quarter of the game. Curry with a wide open look. Again, Curry missing. Rockets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Fires it up. Ariza with another miss. The Warriors trailing. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. And it's 13 points for Klay Thompson. The Rockets shooting around 44% in this third quarter.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Here's Motiejunas, and that one's good. And the Rockets lead by 1.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They really got to pick up that interior defense.
And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
Howard with this screen on Thompson. It's Howard with the drive. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. They get Andre Iguodala.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. Houston shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And one of the weaker areas for this group, only shot about 71% from the line a season ago.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
And the pass to Barnes. And too long on the shot.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Now, here's Thompson. Covered by Brewer. The drive by Thompson. 4 seconds left. And he gets it to go. Thompson's got 18 points. And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. Here is Lawson. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Green is out there with Festus Ezeli. And it's Curry in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Here's Harden. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got 6 rebounds here tonight. The shot by Curry. Offensive rebound. Here's Ezeli. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Ezeli's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Warriors. Barnes against Harden. Rob. Now here's Curry. Ring shot on the way. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, he's gone without a field goal, and that certainly is below par for him. His team has still found a way to get it done.
Here's Harden. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Harden's got 21.
And this has really been a well-played game up to this point. And you know what? I bet it stays that way until the end.
I certainly hope so. I mean, it's been a terrific contest, and there's nothing like a pair of teams just balling out the way they have been. Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Curry. Finished off the break. Curry's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Kevin McHale address his team. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
Rockets trail by 5. Harden outside. From deep three-point range, another miss by Houston.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Curry against Ariza. Nobody near Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists in the game. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Harden, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy.
Harden hits them both.
You know, and Harden, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice the defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle.
Barnes with it. Now Lawson defending. The shot by Curry, no good. Rockets trail by 6. Harden outside, passes it to Lawson. Dishes it to Jones from downtown. Cannot hit. So Golden State will take it the other way. Thompson passes to Bogut. And Thompson kicks to Curry. No good. Good work defensively by Jones.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. but the defense stood tall there.
The try by Thompson, and again, it's the Warriors missing. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Outside Curry, all sorts of time, and right on target. Good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team. There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson again missing.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 10. 1:44 left to play in the final quarter.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. And a switch here also for Houston. Howard's checked in for Terrence Jones. Howard with a screen on Curry. Harden kicks to Howard. Feeds to Moniunas. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Harden. And good. He nails it. Harden's got 6 here in this quarter. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
Curry kicks to Bogut. There's the dish to Iguodala. Back to Thompson. Releases. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Thompson's got the lead. Back up to 10 now for the Warriors.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Warriors.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, remarkable team effort, Kevin. Everybody got involved, and that paid dividends.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance for Curry. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it. This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
That's good.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Different look here for the Warriors. Bazili's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Green. Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
And that is good.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Here is Livingston, defended by Beverly. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. So he comes up empty at the line. So we see the Warriors get the win here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. You were able to really help out your team on the offensive end. What enabled such a big night of productivity for you?
Well, I'm just used to the pace of the game by now, and my teammates do a good job of finding me when I'm open, so all credit goes to them. I just catch them fire when I'm open.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. What are your thoughts, Kenny, on his game tonight?
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. Is hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season.